Global happenings today. We communicate. We analyze global news. Stay tuned.
Hello beautiful people, welcome back to our channel. I needed to see this video coming from Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, who had to cry foul on what is going on. Don't forget that in few days to come, Nnamdi Kanu will be defending himself in a make or mere court verdict that will determine if he will be set free or not. But hear what the lawyer, the barrister Opara, is saying that he encountered, which may decide quite a lot. I don't want to take the cat out of the bag. It's best to hear from him. Of course, my colleague is in the house to discuss the dynamics. Don't forget, some few hours ago, Nnamdi Kanu filed a fresh case that definitely upturned the situation, of which, most political analysts and lawyers are saying that if this pulls through, Nnamdi Kanu will be walking very freely on the streets of both Nigeria and wherever he chooses to go to. And with this underarm movement, well, we do not know. Let's listen to him. My colleagues in the house will ask for more.
I went to see Nnamdi Kanu at the DSS. Last time when the matter came up, court ordered that the DSS should allow Nnamdi Kanu to have access to whoever that want to see him from Monday till Sunday, every day. That was the order. So DSS complied with that order on 2 occasions. But surprisingly, on Monday, we went there to see him, they refused us access. We went there on Tuesday, they refused us access. They went there on Wednesday, they refused us access. I was there yesterday, they refused us access to see him. Then, after much argument, they said that we should write a letter. As usual, I said, but God said that the people should allow us. The issue of writing letter every day should not come up. They said we should write a letter. So we wrote a letter. So today they allowed us. So myself and Ejimako. So after seeing him, as I just came out of the DSS, my attention was drawn to this letter written by the same DSS, saying that henceforth we should not be coming to see Nnamdi Kanu, that we are no longer his lawyers. I said, where is this one coming from? What do you mean by that we are no longer his lawyers? That we are no longer the lawyers representing him in the criminal trial, or that we are no longer his lawyers? Because I know that I have some other things that I'm doing for Nnamdi Kanu. I'm representing him in a matter he has with police at the FCT High Court. I'm representing him in the matter he sued one media house at the FCT High Court for defamation. I'm representing him in a matter he sued for enforcement of fundamental rights against DSS in that Federal High Court. I'm representing him 2 matters we had against the DSS at Federal High Court. I'm also representing him in a prosecution of IPOB, the matter pending in the Supreme Court, and some other legal issues that he engaged me to be preparing for him. So I don't understand the meaning of we are no longer his lawyers. Are they in position to say that I'm no longer in Nnamdi Kanu's lawyer, or Nnamdi Kanu to tell them that I'm no longer his lawyers? So I'm confused, because there are some documents he asked me to provide for him by tomorrow being Saturday, in preparation of his matter on Tuesday. Now with this letter now, it means that I will not see him again till Tuesday. Just for the world to see the kind of persecution somebody who is representing himself, where Section 36 said that he needed adequate time and facility. You have seen the reason why we said that for him to be in that DSS, he cannot be in that DSS and have a good preparation for this case. Anyway, good thing that he has filed a motion to discontinue this charge, because it's now obvious that there is no charge against him. So that is the update. Thank you, and God bless you. You can see the copy of the letter and make it available for you. Thank you.
All right, welcome back. Well, I've always suspected that behind the scene, they were actually lawyers giving Nnamdi Kanu some key points to do the needful. And I perceive very strongly that judging the fact that he has come with the latest move, even though he's not a lawyer, he's definitely getting legal advice here and there that is helping him to speak. Remember, he's very bold. So with the legal advice and his boldness, he's probably going to spill a lot of things that maybe naturally they may not be able to. But with this underhand movement being made by the DSS and the federal government, what do you make of what will become of Nnamdi Kanu on Tuesday, where he'll be defending himself, and without the final, documents he needs to do this? What do you make of this?
Well, I think that Tuesday is actually, he said he has no defense because, number one, there is no existing court case based on the fact that he has gone through it, those evidences brought up against him and all of that. So that case is one side, but there's a fresh one too. I don't know when they're going to kickstart that particular case. So it's now for the James Omotosho himself to go through, some of the evidences that were brought up against him. And I don't know what judgment that they are going to pass. But interestingly, I think that he has gotten adequate legal backings, adequate legal insight, which has made him to take that fresh move. And I believe that even these guys just want him not to feel the presence of law. They want him to goof. That's the truth. They just want him to goof out there. But no matter what, everyone, no matter what DSS is trying to do, they have to accept this fact that Nnamdi Kanu is entitled to visit his lawyers, just like this guy has clearly pointed out. We're not talking about one case here. That one is separate. Now, even the new case that he has on ground, that case, though instituted by him, but his lawyers still have other cases that they are handling for him in court. So he has the utmost right to, to have visitors whom he will have to talk to and interact with, so that he will take a position as it has to do with whatever move he wants to make legally. So I feel personally that is outrightly wrong. For me, they are infringing on his right as a citizen of this country, and I think that DSS should withdraw that letter. It's personal here. They should withdraw that case and withdraw that letter and allow him. What are we scared of?
He's even not a lawyer, so
I mean, this guy going to visit him, talking with him, and all of that. I don't know if they have been eavesdropping. That's another thing, and they have started hearing some statement or move that they may take that may kind of totally put them put them at bay, making them not able to secure the victory that they expected. Don't also forget that this whole issue of him staying in DSS has been a huge blessing to DSS. You understand? Before they take him to court, there's a huge amount of money that must be put in place for that to happen. So maybe they just want the case to keep prolonging as much as possible. But I feel that they should not allow him to stay without the presence of his lawyers,
All right, that's going to wrap it up. Let's see how it plays out. A few hours to come, we will definitely be seeing fireworks, and how Nnamdi Kanu will play this out, I do not know. With this video going viral, we hope that the DSS may retrace their steps and allow Nnamdi Kanu his full human rights. Let's put in a comment.